Next. Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Bruno.
Hi, I'm Hollis Liverman, and today we're going to be talking about the importance of self-care. So self-care are daily practices that we engage in to help us maintain and enhance our emotional and mental well-beings. So daily self-care can range from many different practices, but it's very important to do because we want to make sure that we have that balance in our lives. So a balance of work and a balance of interpersonal.
So you're not talking about showering and shaving and putting our clothes on correctly?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just clarifying.
But it's a good point. No, not talking about hygiene. Talking more just about daily rituals of really, being one with yourself and doing things that make you happy, doing things that create, optimism in your life and create that balance of work, of play.
So exercising.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eating well.
Yes.
Date night.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. So obviously you talked about physical, you talked about emotional, there's a spiritual component that I recommend my patients to always honor, whether it's, on a religious level or it's just, even just finding 2 minutes to meditate, just giving yourself that space to always, be one with you, because I believe that if you can engage in daily self-care, you can show up in any domain of your life, whether it's work, whether it's with family, whether it's with friends, or volunteering, whatever it is, you show up consciously and you show up just in a better state.
So who of the genders do you think, or do you know, is unable or has less time for self-care?
That's a good question. I would say, obviously, with females, taking care of children, working now, as we see, more women are working nowadays, more than ever. It's a different time. There's just so many, you have to drop your kids off at soccer, you have to go to work, you have to, attend this birthday party, whatever it is. So I would say that women tend to have a difficult time, like finding that balance.
Yeah, I get that because I have a lot of mothers in my practice, and exercising is the one thing that they always can't find enough time because of all those things. So that's part of the self-care. So I try to bring it back to a larger thing, which is self-care. Exercise is part of one thing of a bigger thing. So I would agree not to deter my male counterparts.
Yes, of course. And the time is honestly something that everybody struggles with. So, and it's making that time, and even if you I stress to clients, even if you only have a couple minutes, even if you can just, do some light stretching, or if you can do, in terms of exercises, you were just saying, doing, 20 crunches, or doing, watching, maybe 10 minutes of a TV show that makes you laugh, anything that you find pleasurable, I would encourage anybody to do just a little bit every day, because when you have, as I call it with clients, and I'm sure you guys maybe all call this at home, me time, when you give yourself a little bit of me time, you tend to just, as I said, you show up a little more consciously, a little bit more
happier.
You're happier.
Actually,
totally.
Okay, so this is, I had a client, and he basically he was like, I'm having a lot of anxiety, and I said, oh really? So, and this is a client I've had for off and on. So he comes back and he says he has a lot of anxiety, and what I find out is that he stopped exercising, he stopped doing his eating routine in the morning, he's watching a lot of news in the evening, he's increased his, he drinks a couple more wines than he should in the evening, and when I said, well, why don't we just start reversing all of those things, start exercising and doing these things, and he's realized that I'm not as anxious anymore. It's like, oh, so you started taking care of yourself. It's like, when did you stop forget to start taking care of yourself? And he's like, well, the kids, because he's You know, he's married, but the kids and the job and the, you know, and the parents and the this and the wife, and, you know, it's easy to get lazy.
Absolutely. It is. It is. Life happens. And, you know, life is difficult enough. So, you know, finding that, you know, that aim of balance is so crucial, I say, for anybody. And like I said, you don't have to take, you know, an hour out of your day, even if you only have a few minutes. You know, whatever it is that you can do that you find pleasurable, for even for a few minutes, it's better than nothing at all.
And you have to demand it.
Yes.
That's the other thing. It's like if your
Yes.
spouse, you know, between you and your spouse, like looking into the future of your schedule and saying, like, I'm going to get my hair done and have a me day in 3 weeks. If you have to do that, then do that. But you have to do it for yourself, and which will encourage your spouse to do it for him or herself, and which will then make your relationship so much better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, also, you know, you also want to make sure that, you know, you recharge those batteries, because burnout happens to people. You know, it happens in the workplace, and it can also even happen in your interpersonal relationships. So you don't want to always feel so overwhelmed or so,
Yeah.
you know, it takes a hold of you, right?
So bad.
Yeah.
Especially in our field, burnout. You have to be very careful.
Yes.
Because, you know, you could hurt somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, especially, yes, as practitioners, you know, if we don't show up for our clients, you know, we're not giving our all of ourselves to them. So we're big on self-care, you know, in our profession and in many other professions, and doesn't matter what you are. It happens in anyone's life.
Absolutely. And what are some of the signs where you know that you're not taking care of yourself, which I've already said one, which is anxiety?
Yes, definitely. If you are having more colds and you feel like your immune system is down, that's probably showing that you are having difficulty managing stress and that you have a lot going on. So that's where, you know, self-care can be very helpful.
Absolutely.
I would also say if you're having just, you know, maybe conflict with family or with friends or with your spouse or your partner.
Frustration tolerance.
Oh,
Short
absolutely.
frustration tolerance.
Oh, yes.
And you're like, I'm done with it.
Yes,
With
you
the
just wanna
lot of
give
you.
up.
Exactly. When you walk through the door and you're like, you walk right back out. That's when you know you're not taking care of yourself.
Yes, exactly. So it's very important.
Yeah,
as we know.
absolutely. For you and for your family.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm Dr. Julie Bruno.
I'm Hollis Silverman.
Have a good day.
Bye.